Morning students, myself K. Nanchari. I am going to deal with the subject surveying and geomatics. Before that I would like to give my introduction that I have pursued my MTech in structures. So here we are going to deal with the one of the main important subject surveying and geomatics. Surveying is nothing but first you guys tell me what is the need of studying the surveying in civil engineering. So you people I think you people have heard this name called surveying in your daily life. So for every before launching any product in your surroundings, before launching any product, what everyone will be doing, they will be surveying. What they will be doing, they will be checking the surroundings, how the product will be going to sustain, and how the customers are going to take the products, that the product will get hit or flop, that type of surveying. In every field everyone will be going to do the surveying. In our civil engineering, why we will be using surveying means, before laying any foundation, first we will be doing surveying of a we will be setting the levels, we will be laying the foundations. Before that only we will be doing the surveying. So here you have a 5 units. The first unit you will be, in the first unit we will be dealing with the complete first unit. Unit 1 you will be dealing with the chain surveying, compass surveying, leveling, and last one is contouring. So your first one is a very lengthy unit. So usually previously it was a surveying 1 and surveying 2 before CBCS. When CBCS syllabus was there, at that non-CBCS and CBCS, at that moment there surveying 1 and surveying 2 were there. So surveying 1 totally what they did now for the AICT, they did complete unit 1 completely they have compressed by using surveying 1. So here the first unit is very important for you guys. So please pay attention. Most of the numericals will also be there. I have already shared the syllabus copy with you guys. I have already shared the syllabus copy. In that we have already started with the engineering mechanics and engineering geology. I hope everyone are able to understand the teaching of our faculty. So in the end of this session, end of this weekend, I am going to conduct a doubt session by using the doubt clarification by using the Facebook live session. So right. So first, in the first unit, first we will be studying about what is the basic surveying. I have already told you what is nothing but the basic surveying here. What is nothing but the basic surveying? So I have already told you surveying is nothing but what we will be dealing. For example, see here, this is your land. This is your land. See, surveying most probably everyone will be telling that surveying is nothing but the determining the positions of the various points located on or below the earth surface. So what we will be doing here, so listen everyone. So mostly while going on the roads, when you go on the roads, what you will be finding? You will be finding up and downs like this, right? Up and downs like this. How we will be locating where is the height and where is the elevation? By using the surveying only. So here what we will be doing? We will be locating the points on the ground, or we will be locating the whatever the points located here. Whatever the points located and whatever the points located here, so that all are determined by using the surveying. So here there are two types of, see here, next one, that is nothing, basic surveying is nothing but a determining the various points located on or above the earth surface, on or above the earth surface, above or below the earth surface. So you people will be asking how the below the earth surface means. So see here, underground points will be there we will be telling the depression means minus, negative points. When we will be going above the earth surface means elevation, means which is visible to our eye, where the below the earth surface means which is not visible to our eye, but we will be locating that point, right? So next what we will be doing next is the classification of surveying. So many of the students will be getting confused, right? There are many surveyings which are classified and many different things. So here the first and 2 marks important question I am telling you guys. Classification of surveying. Classification of surveying. Classification of surveying is nothing but classification of surveying. Here we are having 2 types. First one is plain surveying. Second one is geodetic See everyone, the name itself indicates that the first one, the classification which is completely based on the surveying, the name itself, first one, the plain surveying, the name itself indicates that plain surface. So here what we are doing, the main major component in surveying is earth. The hero in the surveying subject is our earth. So here we are considering the earth. Whenever we will be considering the earth, do you people agree that if I say earth surface is a flat surface, do you agree? No, right? When we have studied earth is a curvature in this shape, right? Earth is a curvature in the shape. So what we will be doing in the plane surveying? We will be considering earth as a flat surface, complete a flat surface. So what we will be doing here, automatically what we will be doing? We are assuming earth as a flat surface, but you cannot assume completely, right? Assuming earth as a flat surface. So please tell me, can you assume the earth as a flat surface completely? Can you assume it? No. So what we will be doing? We will be assuming this up to 260 square kilometers only, because assumption is nothing but a lie only. So what we will be doing? We will be only plane surveying is considered for some experiments where curvature of the earth is get neglected. Curvature of the earth will be neglected. So at that moment only we will be considering the earth as the flat surface. So here next one is the geodetic surveying. So here remember this, for the smaller areas only we will be considering the plane surveying. For the larger areas we will never consider the plane surveying. So in reality the earth is in curvature shape, right? In reality earth is in a curvature shape. So we cannot assume earth as a plane surface for the hilly areas and the larger areas. So remember this one. So next one is a geodetic surveying. Geo is nothing but the earth, right? So what we will be doing here, we will be considering the curvature. Considering the curvature of the earth. So here what we are doing? Here we are neglecting the curvature of the earth. Here what we are doing? Considering the curvature of the earth. So what we will be doing here? It is applied for the larger areas. And hilly areas, right? So remember this one, you people should not get confused while writing this 2-mark question. Classification of surveying is different, classification based upon the instruments is different. Remember this one, please. Right? So here next we will be dealing with the classification based on instruments used in surveying. Right. So right here previously what I have said, classification of surveying is different when you compare with the classification based on instruments used. So here the first one is chain surveying, second one is compass surveying, third one is plane table, fourth one is leveling, fifth one theodolite, sixth one tachymeter, seventh one total station, eighth one EDM, ninth one photogrammetry, 10th one aerial photogrammetry, here next 11th one remote sensing, 12th one GIS, 13th one GPS. These are the instruments which we will use in the engineering. We will be using these are all the instruments for performing the experiments in the surveying. These are all the equipments we will be using. So here from here to here is your complete first unit excluding contours. You can see that topic in your syllabus copy. From here again it is the second unit, third unit, and this will be the fourth unit. So right, see here. So first we will be using the chain surveying. So what we will be doing? First I will tell you, in surveying we are using 2 units for measurements. We will be using 2 units. First unit is linear measurements and second one will be the angular measurements. So what we will be doing, for example, if you are considering any lines, the length of the line, if this is considered as the length of the line, so what we will be doing, the length of the line will be measured by using the linear measurements, means in meters. In meters you will be calculating. So what we will be doing next? One more. So one more, what we will be doing, length of the line will be measured by using the linear measurements. So here you need to get the direction of your lines. The direction of your lines will be calculated by the angular measurement. So angular measurement. So what we will be doing in the chain surveying, the main equipment we will be using the chain. So by using the chain, what we will be doing, the chain surveying is completely comes under the plane surveying. The chain surveying will be what we will be using, plane surveying, where we have used this plane surveying, classification of surveying, in that you have used the term called plane surveying. So here what we will be doing, we will be considering earth as a complete flat surface. We will be using earth as a completely flat surface and we will be using the chain, and what we will be doing here, we will be dividing our land into different trigonometrical shapes. So here, so you people will be getting confused how we will be going to divide the land into different trigonometrical shapes. So see, trigonometrical shape, what will be trigonometrical shapes? Triangle, rectangle, right? So what we will be doing, this one means, these are the very simple figures to get our area, simple figures to calculate our area. Here we will be using the help of a chain and we will be calculating the area, and here we will be using only linear measurements. So next is the compass surveying. Next is the compass surveying. So here what we will be doing, compass surveying is used for finding the direction of the lines, and here we will be considering the all four directions, that is north, east, south and west. So here automatically if we are considering these four directions means you will be having the length of the lines also. So in the compass surveying we will be considering for the hilly areas. So at that moment geodetic surveying comes into the picture. So at that moment here what we will be doing, we will be having one prismatic compass. Prismatic compass, that is the hand instrument. I will show you in the next class. All the equipments I will show you in the next class. So right, so here the direction, whatever the directions are there, that directions will be calculated by the compass surveying. Directions will be calculated by your compass, prismatic compass. In that you will be having a magnetic needle, and that needle, whatever this is there, it will be showing the directions and we will be calculating the angles. So right, angles will be calculated by using the compass and the length will be calculated by your linear measurements. So linear measurements will be taken by your tape or chain, right. Next one is the plane table. So right, so already madam has told 260 square kilometers. So right, according to me, if it is less than 260 kilometers, what you will be doing? If it is less than 260 kilometers, you cannot take your chain and you cannot take your compass. Instead of wasting the time, in the olden days, what people used to do, they used to use plane table. They used to use plane table. So at that moment, it is the olden method. Now nobody is practicing about this one. No one is using this. No one is using this. So why they are not using, I will let you know. Right? I will tell you. So next one is the plane table. So why we are using this plane table? The advantage of plane table is very good. Why means, what they will be doing, the calculations and whatever the figure of your land, that can be figured out simultaneously in the field itself. That is the main advantage of your plane table. So here what we will be doing, we will be completely taking the what do you say, I think you people already studied that representative factor scale in your engineering graphics, right. So whatever original scale you will be reducing or enlarging. So here what we will be doing in plane table, the original scale of your earth, your original earth, what you will be doing, that you will be reducing the scale and you will be drawing that points on your sheet. So that we will be dealing in that I will show you in the plane table. I will show you the equipment. So now we will comes to the leveling. Alright, leveling can be done by using the various instruments. One is you will be having a different types of equipment. So why we are using the term called leveling? I will tell you. For leveling we will be using, where we will be using leveling? Mostly where did you find this leveling term? Where we will be finding this leveling term? See, when you goes on the road, did you find that road is uneven or even? You will be finding a smooth surface. but when you will go, it will not be a straight path. It will not be a straight path. What we will be doing before constructing before laying a road, we will be checking the level surface of your earth. Level surface of your earth, most of the areas you will be, I think you people have already seen, you will be having a roads like this, right? So here, what they will be doing here, already it was a steep area. What they will be doing here, they will first checking the levels, means at what level it is present. It is in a height or it is in a steep level. So what they will be doing here, filling is required. So they will fill here. Here cutting is required. This portion what they did, here cutting is required. They have cut this portion, and here again filling is required. What they did, filled here. So for that one, what we will be doing, we will be doing the leveling here by using our leveling staff. Your leveling is most important before laying this your foundations also. There also we will be checking the levels. How we will be checking the levels when I will conduct the experiment, you will be coming to know. So you people will be enjoying the surveying a lot when we will be working on the field. The most interesting subject, most interesting lab will be your surveying. So the way you take and the way I teach, that will be the depends on your, right. Next one is the theodolite. So right, now I have already told chain surveying, compass surveying, plane table, leveling. Now next we are going for the theodolite. So right, here you will be having in theodolite, there will be the combination of compass and leveling. Compass and leveling. So in theodolite, what we will be doing? In theodolite, what we will be doing? Here we will be calculating horizontal angles plus vertical angles. Horizontal angles plus vertical angles. Here we will be calculating horizontal distance. Horizontal distance also we will be calculating, and vertical distance also can be calculated here. And plus one more advantage is that here we will be calculating the deflection angles also. So here how we will be calculating the horizontal angles? Horizontal angles will be like this. Horizontal angles. So next you people will be asking, now tell me madam, how we will be calculating the vertical angles. So for example, I will tell you, our mosque is there, right? I think you people have already seen our mosque, and I think you people have already offered the prayer over there. So mosque top elevation, top tower will be there, right? So how we need to find out? Here now you people want to know the height of that one, right? So by using your theodolite, we can find the height of that one by standing here. By standing outside, we can find the elevation of our mosque tower height, right? So by using the theodolite, we can calculate the horizontal angles and the vertical angles, right? Next one will be the tachyometer. So tachyometer, what we will be doing? By using the tachyometer, we will be calculating the K and C. K and C constants we will be K and C. K is the additive, K is the multiple constant, and C will be the additive constant. These two will be we will be calculating. When if you want to know the tachyometer, first we need to know the leveling equipment. If you know the leveling equipment, I will show you the video and I will perform the experiment in coming classes. Then you will be coming to know how to calculate the K and C constants. So next one will be the total station. Now the total station is playing a major role in a surveying field. The whatever the above everything is there. We can calculate by using the total station. This is the very costly equipment. Now everyone in every engineering field, every construction field, everyone is using total station. When comes for the levels taking, I think most of the students, you people have been observed that in on the roads, everyone, most of them are using this equipments only. I think you people have been observed in some wherever you find the laying the roads, there you will be finding the leveling equipments, smallest equipment, right? Total station is playing a major role. Here they will be using the software in that, Surfex software. Surfex software will be there in your total station. So here you will be having one lenses also. By using that lenses only you will be getting the readings. So I will show you this one also, and this is very most important one, most important one. I will show how to conduct the experiment in that also, how to perform the experiment, how to take the experiment values. I will show everything. Next one is the EDM. So what is nothing but a EDM? Electromagnetic distance measurement. So what we are doing, electromagnetic distance measurement is the major lens, major equipment which is installed in your total station. Total station telescope, whatever the telescope total station telescope consists of EDM. This is the major equipment, and this get reflects with your prism. This will get reflects with your prism and it will give you the readings back, right? Next one is the photogrammetry. Now you people tell me, have you heard this term called the photogrammetry? These photogrammetries all are for aerial views, contours. Contours are the elevation between one point to other point, right? Next one is the aerial photography. I think you people have seen, you people are, everyone are nowadays very advanced, right? For every construction there is a aerial view, and right, next one will be the remote sensing. Remote sensing, again you have a separate unit for the remote sensing. Next one, these are all the, what they will be doing, one term called AutoCAD. What we will be doing by using the AutoCAD, what we will, by using the total station, first we will be collecting all the points, and then what we will be doing, we will be connecting to the system, and we will be connecting to the AutoCAD. So from that you will be getting the GIS maps and GPS maps. So what is nothing but the GIS? Your phones will be working on this one only, right? GIS and GPS. GIS is nothing but geographical information system. 13th one is your GPS. GPS is nothing but the global positioning system. So here GIS is nothing but the geographical information system, and GPS is nothing but the global positioning system. So next one will be the remote sensing. These three are the advancement occurred in our civil engineering. These are all we will be dealing in our 4th and 5th unit, right? So next one will be your principle of your surveying. So please tell me, what are the principle? Why madam is telling principle means, listen everyone, whatever the surveying and whatever the equipments you will be using in surveying, every equipment will be having one principle. So for surveying also you will be having one principle. So now tell me, what will be the principle you will be having? I am taking the term called earth here. So the first one will be the principle. Next term called principle of surveying. Here also you should not get confused. Here I am telling the term called surveying. For in your every unit you will be getting a principle. Total unit will be working on this principle only. So here the first principle will be working from whole to part. So what madam is telling? Working from whole to part or part to whole. So what madam is telling? Whole to part. So why we are telling this term means here in surveying what we will be doing, our principle is we need to work from the major to the even minor part. So we need to get the accurate points by using our surveying. From the major to the smaller part also we are going to work on that. And the next one is, here we need, for locating one point we need minimum two measurements. Minimum two measurements, that are the linear and angular. Minimum two. Right? So right, I want every student to maintain the notes. Right? I request all the students to maintain your notes. Today however it is an introduction class, but from next class we will be solving the numerical parts. When numerical parts we will be solving, whenever college get reopens, I will check the notes. Please maintain the notes. If you are finding any difficulty in my teaching and in my writing, if you are finding any difficulty, please let me know your problems. I will be taking everything. If you don't understand my language, if you don't understand my teaching, please let me know. I will correct it or I will change the faculty. You don't bother that she is the HOD, she will take it in a wrong way. No. I am very free. You can talk to me about your problems openly, or else you can share your problems to your CR. He will be approaching me, right? So next, I have already told you we will be using the two measurements. What are the two types of measurements we will be using here? First one is the linear measurement and the second one will be the angular measurement. So in the previous, what I have told you, so linear measurements, what we will be doing? Linear measurements will be taken by using the tape, or vertically, horizontally and inclinedly. Right? So here angular measurements we will be calculating theta. So right, here we will be calculating the theta. Right? So see here. So here what are the units here? Here the units will be meters, centimeters and mm. Right? Here the units will be degrees, minutes and seconds. Now you please tell me, what is it? Madam is telling degrees, minutes and seconds. We don't know that one. So see here, 1 degree will be equal to 60 seconds. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So right, you please remember that in complete surveying, whenever we will be going for the angular measurements, we will be dealing with the degrees, minutes and seconds. Right? So next will be the topic stages of how the surveying operations will be taken. The most major surveying operations will be 4. Remember this one, the most major surveying operations will be 4. That 4 will only decide, in that 4 points only your surveying will be covered. Right? So see here, first one will be the planning. Planning means first what we will be doing, where is the site, where is the site, and how we need to approach, how we need to plan. So first point will be that. Next, selecting appropriate instrument depending upon the nature of the surveying. So here why they are telling nature of the surveying, why this term called nature of the surveying can come into the picture. So see here, for example, our compass is there. Compass will be having the magnet in that one. So that is not suitable for the places nearer to the poles, right? For that one only they are taking. For example, whatever the chain we are using, the chain which we are using, that consists of a metallic one, steel one. So what they will be doing, that will be contrasting and expanding, and that will be according to the nature. So that has come into the picture. Next one, surveying operations, organizing field surveying operations means what are the terms and what are the works you have, that operations will be conducted in the third step. Fourth one, collecting and recording data from the field by taking the linear and angular measurements. Then after only we can prepare the map. Then after collecting all the points only we can prepare the map. So office works like calculator, these are all first and foremost important 4 points is 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is office work, taking care of the instrument. Taking care of the instruments and safety precautions are much important in the surveying. Safety precautions are much more important in your surveying, right? See here. Next one, the entire surveying operations may be divided into 3 stages. First one is field work, office work. What will be the field work? Collecting the points. Collecting the points. What is office work? What we will be doing? What is office work? Preparing the map. After collecting the map, sorry. What we will be doing in the field work? We will be collecting all the points by using the equipments which we have taken in the field. So after collecting the points, what we will be doing? We will be taking to the office. On that what we will be doing? We will be placing this on the sheet. We will be placing all the points by using the linear and angular measurements. We will be placing on the sheet. Then after we will be preparing the plan. Then we will be going to prepare the plan. By that our surveying will get complete. So third one will be the care and adjustment of the instrument. So right, remember this one. These are the 4 major important points. These are the 4 major important points for conducting the operation of survey. So right, next one will be the first, we will be studying about our chain surveying. Right, now we will be coming into our most important part of our syllabus. First we will be starting with our chain surveying. So right, so what is nothing but the chain surveying? What is nothing but the chain surveying? So here I have already told you where I have used this term called chain. Next term is called chain surveying. So I have already told you where we will be using the chain surveying. Chain surveying is the first point. Simple form of surveying. Used for smaller areas. Used for smaller areas. Right, means smaller areas means up to 260 kilometers only. Right. Third one, only linear measurements will be taken. Linear measurements will be taken. right? I have told you land will be divided into simple triangles. Right? Land will be divided into simple triangles. So right, next I have already told you guys, I think you are done. So right, next one will be the principle of chain surveying. Now you tell me, you people can say what is the principle of surveying. I have already told you, what is chain surveying, right? So here, previously what was the principle of surveying? It was a working from whole to part. Now here the principle of chain surveying is triangulation. So I have already told you what we are doing. The principle of chain surveying is triangulation. Why we are telling the triangulation? Here the triangle, we are considering triangle as a simple figure, we can solve it, right? Triangulation means not only here we are using triangle, we are using other than triangle also, but trigonometrical shapes we are using, mainly a trigonometrical shapes here. For that only we are telling it as a triangulation. The principle of chain surveying is triangulation. So here what we will be doing here we are using one term called well conditioned triangle. 2 marks, very very important. So here I am considering the forms of triangle. Forms of triangles we will be using here. Right, see here. So you people tell me, so here I have taken the triangles. Now you people tell me, here you will be getting the 2 marks questions. The 2 marks question is called well conditioned triangle. So you please tell me which is the well conditioned triangle here. So first one, this is the ideal. So see here I am telling this as a well conditioned triangle. Why I am telling this one as a well conditioned triangle? Please let me know. Well conditioned triangle, this is ill conditioned triangle. Why it is ill conditioned triangle? So see here, why I am telling this is a well conditioned triangle. In well conditioned triangle, no angle should be less than 30 and no angle should be greater than 120. So automatically we are considering this as a well conditioned triangle, or you can tell this also well conditioned triangle, right? That is ill conditioned triangle. Even this right, this is ill conditioned triangle because it is higher than the 30 degrees. Please note down this one. So right, this you will be getting in your 2 marks for compulsory, and I will be giving in your internal marks, internal question also. So by this I will end this class for today. I will continue tomorrow. Thank you.